Nobody expected ChatGPT to become this big. When OpenAI launched it in November 2022, the servers nearly crashed from demand. 1 million users signed up in just 5 days. Now, 3.5 years later, that number has grown to 900 million people using it every single week. And OpenAI just announced the biggest change to ChatGPT since the day it launched. This is not just another model upgrade or a small interface tweak. OpenAI is completely rebuilding what ChatGPT is, what it can do, and who it is built for. They are turning it into something people inside the company are calling a super AP. And if this plan works, it will change how hundreds of millions of people use AI every day. So what exactly is changing and why is this happening right now? Let us break the whole thing down. To understand what OpenAI is doing, you first need to understand the problem they have. ChatGPT is one of the biggest software products in history, but here's the strange part. Most of its users pay nothing. About 900 million people use it weekly, yet only around 50 million of them are paying subscribers. That means a huge portion of the user base costs OpenAI money to serve without generating much revenue in return. OpenAI is spending billions of dollars running these models, building data centers, and hiring the best AI researchers in the world. Against around $8 billion in revenue in 2025, they were still running a massive deficit. The company needs to show investors a clear path to real profit, especially because OpenAI is reportedly planning an IPO with Goldman Sachs and Morgan Stanley as lead underwriters. The target for the listing is as early as September 2026. That financial pressure is a big reason why one senior OpenAI employee said something that shocked a lot of people in the industry. They said plainly that the era of just chatting with AI is over. The quote that went around the internet was simply, "Chat is dead." It sounds dramatic, but the strategy behind it makes complete sense. OpenAI wants to move ChatGPT away from being a free question-answering tool and turn it into a platform where people and businesses actually get things done and pay for it. To do that, they are building what they are calling a super AP. Here's what that actually means. Right now, OpenAI has several separate products. There is ChatGPT, the conversational AI assistant, there is Codex, their AI coding tool, and there is Atlas, an AI-powered web browser they launched for Mac OS in late 2025. Each tool lives in its own app, meaning you have to switch between them and manage multiple interfaces. That is the problem OpenAI wants to solve. Fidji Simo, the OpenAI CEO of applications who is leading this effort, sent an internal memo to employees saying the company had spread itself too thin. She wrote that they were dispersing their efforts across too many applications and that the fragmentation was holding them back. The fix is to merge ChatGPT, Codex, and Atlas into one single desktop super app. Everything in one place. One login, one interface. The desktop experience will change the most dramatically. On the new combined desktop app, you will be able to chat with AI, write and run code, and browse the web all in the same environment. The Atlas browser brings a ChatGPT sidebar inside every web page you visit. You can ask questions about what you are reading, summarize articles, and get information without ever opening a new tab. The goal is to remove all the friction of switching between tools so AI is always right there. And that is where it gets really interesting. Because this is not just about a cleaner interface. OpenAI is making a deeper shift in what ChatGPT is supposed to do. Right now, most people use ChatGPT as a tool that answers questions. You type something in, you get an answer out, and then you go do the actual work yourself. The new direction is to move toward AI agents that complete tasks for you from start to finish. Think about what that looks like in practice. You connect your email to ChatGPT and ask it to draft a message, pick the right recipient, and send it after you approve it. You connect your calendar and ask it to find the best time for a meeting across 3 different time zones and automatically block it off. You set up a workflow that runs every morning, scans your inbox, checks your meetings for the day, and sends you a summary of the most urgent things you need to handle. You stop asking AI for answers and start handing it actual work. This is what OpenAI means when they talk about agents, and this is why Codex is becoming so central to the whole plan. Codex is OpenAI's AI coding product, and it has been growing incredibly fast. Since the standalone Codex desktop app launched in February 2026, weekly users grew 6-fold to over 5 million people. Sam Altman said Codex usage is growing around 5% per day. Enterprise revenue from Codex reportedly jumped 50% week over week at one point. The coding product is now generating over $1 billion in annualized revenue on its own. The reason coding matters so much for this strategy is a bit counterintuitive. OpenAI looked at how agents actually work and realized that writing code is a more powerful way for AI to complete tasks than trying to imitate human clicks on a screen. Their earlier agent product called Operator would literally move a mouse and click on websites to do things like book a flight. But that approach is slow and clunky. Writing a small piece of code to handle the same task is faster, more reliable, and more flexible. So Codex becomes the engine under the hood for a lot of what the Super API will do. And the memory upgrade that is rolling out right now plays a big role in making this feel personal. OpenAI recently upgraded ChatGPT's memory system, doubling the capacity for paid users and making it smarter at carrying context from past conversations. ChatGPT will now remember your preferences, your past projects, how you like things done. Instead of starting from a blank slate every time you open it, it will feel like working with an assistant who actually knows you and your work. Now, here is the part that affects you directly, and it depends on whether you are a free user or a paying subscriber. Free users will still be able to use basic ChatGPT chat. That is not going away. But the more powerful features, especially the Codex coding tools, the AI agents that complete multi-step tasks, and the deep integrations with partner services are expected to move behind a paywall. OpenAI is splitting the product into two tiers: premium features for paying subscribers, basic chat for everyone else. This is their strategy for converting a huge free user base into paying customers, which is exactly what investors want to see before an IPO. On the enterprise side, OpenAI is also going deeper. About 2 million businesses currently use OpenAI products, and they already make up around 40% of the company's total revenue. OpenAI expects that share to reach 50% by the end of 2026. Workspace agents are now rolling out for business and enterprise users. These are AI agents that can own full workflows, follow your team's processes, and be shared across your organization so teams can build something once and everyone uses it. For developers and companies evaluating AI tools, the competitive context matters a lot here. Anthropic's Claude Code reached $2.5 billion in annualized run rate revenue by February 2026 and pushed hard into the developer market. That competitive pressure, more than anything else, forced OpenAI to take coding seriously and accelerate this whole overhaul. The AI race is no longer just about which model sounds smarter. It is about which platform can actually get work done across real business workflows. OpenAI also raised $122 billion in fresh capital in March 2026. A big chunk of that money is going into the GPU infrastructure, data centers, and product development needed to make this super app vision real. They are not planning small. What OpenAI is building is basically an AI operating layer for your digital life. One app that knows your work, knows your preferences, can write code, browse the web, complete tasks, integrate with tools you already use like Canva and Booking.com, and just get things done. The chatbot you open to ask a question becomes the AI layer that runs in the background, handles coordination, and moves work forward while you focus on what actually matters. Whether OpenAI can pull this off at the scale of 900 million users is still a real question. But the direction is clear. The company that made AI chatbots mainstream is now betting that chatbots alone are not enough. The next version of ChatGPT is not a chatbot. It is an agent. The update rolling out over the coming weeks is only the beginning. If you found this breakdown useful, hit the like button and subscribe for more AI updates. Drop a comment below and tell us what task you would hand off to an AI agent first if it could actually get it done. I'll catch you in the next one.